What's the one rule you broke in combat that would get you court-martialed if anyone found out? I was a specialist in the 82nd Airborne, and we've been doing convoy security runs between Baghdad and Fallujah for 6 months straight. Our company had this ironclad rule. Never stop the convoy for anything. Not for civilians, not for broken down vehicles, nothing. Keep moving or you become a target. Our platoon sergeant, Staff Sergeant Kyle, made us repeat it every single morning. You stop, you die. The convoy never stops. One afternoon in August, we're running supplies through this stretch of highway known for IED attacks. I'm the turret gunner in the third vehicle, scanning rooftops, watching for threats. Temperatures pushing 120 degrees, and I'm baking in my gear. That's when I see her. Little girl, maybe 6 years old, standing in the middle of the road about 200 meters ahead. She's just frozen there, not moving, staring at our convoy coming toward her. I radio it in. We got a civilian child in the road about 150 meters. Staff Sergeant Kyle's voice comes back immediately. Maintain speed. She'll move, but she doesn't move. We're getting closer. 100 meters, 75 meters. This kid isn't budging. She's not moving, Sergeant. We need to stop. Negative. Could be bait for an ambush. Maintain speed and direction. I'm watching this little girl through my scope. She's wearing a blue dress, got a doll in one hand. She looks terrified, but she's not moving. Maybe she's in shock. Maybe she doesn't understand what's happening. 50 meters now. I can see her face clearly. Sergeant, we're gonna hit her. Rules of engagement, specialist. Convoy does not stop. She'll move or someone will grab her, but there's nobody around. The street's empty except for this one kid standing in our path. 30 meters. I made a choice that still keeps me up at night. I swung my machine gun away from my sector and fired a burst into the dirt about 10 feet to her left. Not at her, at the ground next to her. The noise snapped her out of whatever trance she was in. She ran off the road and disappeared into an alley. My driver slammed on the brakes instinctively when I fired. We stopped for maybe 3 seconds before he realized what happened and hit the gas again. The radio exploded. Who fired? Who stopped my convoy? I keyed my mic. Thought I saw a threat, Sergeant. My mistake. When we got back to base, Staff Sergeant Kyle pulled me aside. His face was red, veins popping in his neck. You fired your weapon without clearance. You stopped the convoy in a red zone. You violated direct orders. Do you understand I could have you court-martialed for that? Yes, Sergeant. He stared at me for a long time. Long enough that I started mentally preparing for the worst. Here's what happened today, he finally said. Your turret experienced a malfunction that caused an accidental discharge. 3-round burst. Equipment failure, not operator error. You reported it, we'll document it, armorer will inspect the weapon. Understood? Sergeant, do you understand, Specialist? Yes, Sergeant. He never mentioned it again. Neither did anyone else in the convoy. But about a month later, Staff Sergeant Kyle pulled me aside after a mission. My daughter's 6 years old, he said quietly. Blue dress is her favorite color. Then he walked away. I served another 8 months in Iraq after that. Never saw that little girl again. Never knew if what I did actually saved her life or if she would have moved anyway. But I broke the most important rule we had, and it could have gotten good soldiers killed if it really had been an ambush.